Knowledge of self, that's what caught my attention. Quiet, and you stay quiet, that means that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing in terms of a civilized person. What is it? A civilized person. The duty of a civilized person is civilized knowledge. Okay, everybody. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. What is the duty of a civilized person? The duty of a civilized person is teach you a savage civilization, the knowledge of self, and the science of everything in life, which is freedom, justice, equality, and knowledge. What do you understand, bro? Righteousness. All right, God. I love you, brother. Talk to the breeze. Go ahead.
Greetings, chat! It is I, Dingus the Strix, here once more to talk to you all about shit. Hello, everyone that is here. Hello. How are you guys doing today? How are you doing this fine evening, morning, and afternoon? Greetings, chat. Oh, God. Okay, got that done. Anyway. Yeah, hello chat. We're about to talk about, we're going to address wokeism today. Which I said I was going to do like last week, so I'm doing it now. And also, I apologize for being, kinda late. Well, not even kinda, I'm like a whole ass 20 minutes late. Almost 30 minutes late. You have to forgive me, chat. Let's talk about woke, not alt-tech exclusive. Try not to burn yourself flying that close to the sun, Icarus. Listen, Sledge. Look, Sledge. It's not like I'm going to be going hard in this stream. I'm just... This is supposed to be more of an informative stream. If anything. I'm not gonna go super, like... This shit needs to be stopped, it's evil, and blah, 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 blah. It's like, I'm gonna calm down, you know? I'm gonna calm down, and I'm going to just... give this an informative discussion, have an informative discussion about what wokeism actually is. Because, just like usual, what usually starts this shit is typically bullshit that I see on Twitter, and there is a type of tweet that I would see often, right? There is a type of tweet that I would see often, and I'm kind of sick of seeing it. You know, it's the type of tweet that's just kind of like, I've seen it a bunch of times, and you guys are clearly doing this on purpose to strawman the opposing side's argument as to why they hate this thing. You know, the typical, oh, if this media were made today, then people will call it woke. Which really just, you know, puts you on the spot, because it's just like, well, no, that's not what woke means. A medium having a fucking gay character, or a black character, or Jewish character, or whatever the fuck, doesn't make it woke. And that's not what this means. And also, let me show you the tweet, by the way. Hold on. Let me show you that tweet. Let me get that tweet up. Let me get this started. Oh, what the fuck? Hold on. There we go. Let me go to my tweet. Okay, and let me just zoom in here. And now we're ready. So let's look at the original tweet before we look at my response, honestly. So the OG post was essentially from Owen the Nerd, and essentially says, you know that one trend on Twitter where it's just like, post this, like post a villain, or post an angel, or post this cool punk person, or whatever. And then that's just like a, you know, an engagement farm thing where people just, you know, post like characters that they know from like pop culture and shit. And this person posted Samus, because, you know, Samus does fit the definition of a badass female character. She is a space bounty hunter that, you know, fights against, you know, evil space pirates and shit. And then this cigarette had to respond with, this gave me the realization that if Samus was invented today, people would be crying that it was woke because she's a woman, lamau. And even though I've seen this shit, you know, millions of times, like, this one in particular bugged the fuck out of me. If only because this is like the ultimate, like, normie response. Like this is like the ultimate you are a fucking tourist response I have ever seen out of all the shit that I've seen of this trend. Because people have been saying that shit since, like, 2012 with Anita Sarkeesian and shit. Where, you know, the claim is, oh, there are no respectable or good female representation in video games or some bullshit. And, like, one of the first characters that people always mention is Samus because she's, like, the epitome of that type of character that you fuckers were talking about, you know? It's just like you people clearly don't play games. Like, this mesh person, this mesh person is the definition of a tourist. If you honestly believe that people will call Samus woke just because she's a woman. I mean, for fuck's sake, during the time when, you know, Metroid first, you know, came about, is when you beat Metroid 1, and then when you got, like, we beat the game fast, I believe. When you beat the game fast, you get to see Samus outside her suit. And then people were just like, wow, look, she's a woman, oh, wow, she's looking pretty nice, you know? It was a positive reception. And if that shit happened today, it still would be a positive reception. Because, you know, when Nintendo fucking made, you know, Samus the character, they weren't intending it to earn brownie points for the fucking ESG. They made it because they wanted to make a badass character that was female. That was it. Gamers only found out Samus was a woman when you beat Metroid 1. Nowadays, her being a woman would be the first thing people know in big letters right in the advertisements. Yeah, exactly. The whole Samus is a woman, you know, shtick, that shit kind of, it's just, kind of play it out. Like, it's kind of just common knowledge. Honestly, I would say that's kind of thanks to Super Smash Brothers. Because, while people did know that Samus was a woman since Metroid 1, it wasn't really like widespread knowledge up until Super Smash Bros. Brawl, where they first revealed Zero Suit Samus. Because Zero Suit Samus was a whole ass character of, you know, Samus being outside her usual suit. And also, hello there, Tyrion Dusk. Yeah, it was like a whole ass character of her being outside of her usual suit, and now people have like an actual like visual of like, oh, this is what Samus is supposed to look like outside of her suit. Which is, you know, very womanly. She's also very athletic, but also very bodacious at the same time. Also, something Zero Suit is sexy on anyone, you know the drill. Yeah, I know the meme. I know that meme. Yep, I've seen various characters in the Zero Suit. But anyway, getting back to this. This is what sparked this stream chat here. This dumbass tweet. This very disingenuous argument of, oh, if this character were made today, people would call it woke and blah 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 blah. Now let's read his insanity. In case this tweet leaves its target audience, I'm very woke. I love men kissing. See what I mean? See what I mean? Right there. This is the shit I'm talking about. What does men kissing have to do with wokeness? You clear? This is what both disingenuous commies and normies who don't give a fuck think what woke is. They think it's just those right-wingers who are hating on, you know, the LGBT and black people again. It's just like, that's not what the fuck woke means. It would be more accurate to say it's people hating on communistic subversion. Which, while that's not the full picture, that is definitely a huge part of it, you know? Bruh, that's how you begin the thread. Some guys can find dudes get it on sexy without being a politic moron. Exactly. Like, it's not like people keep thinking, oh, do anti-woke fuckers make LGBT people and minorities political? It's like, no, the fuck we didn't. It's you fuckers who did. No one gave a shit about that. That's what the woke, especially media, claim woke is, to pretend it's not awful as it is, exactly. Gee, I really hope people don't read too deep into a post. I made it 6 a.m. and expect to get 2 likes. Oh, shut the fuck up. I'm also getting sick of people who make provocative posts and then be like, well, I didn't expect this post to blow up. Whoa, look at this. This is doing numbers. Me, a Twitter user, on a site that is known for having angry as fuck stupid people, made an angry as fuck stupid post, and now I'm confused as to why my angry as fuck stupid post is popular. This is weird. I wonder why this is, huh? It's a mystery. I didn't expect this to happen. It just kind of happened. You know? Yes, I know people simp over women in media. Goddamn, I was making an observation on how some people immediately call something forced diversity or woke if it simply has a woman in it, which is not true. You cigarette, that's not true. I just watched an anime where 2 femboys start salivating and making out. Guess I'm a leftist and not just a perv. Pretty much. To everyone disagreeing, I have the displeasure of seeing many reply sections and many YouTube videos proving my point. What are you talking about? Nobody thinks like that, retard. Thank you, Toxic Man Baby, for just saying how it is. Literally, no one thinks like that. No one thinks like that, and you're disingenuously misrepresenting what, what woke means and why people don't like what woke means. Oh yeah, and here's this Anon here, essentially describing what I was talking about like 5 minutes ago. I remember playing Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and when I found that she was a girl, I was shocked, but then I thought it was pretty cool. Literally every human being's reaction, lol. But anyway. Yeah, Mesh. Yeah! Literally every normal human being's reaction. Even the people who were anti-woke, that's what the reaction was. They did not say that it was bad that someone else was a woman when they found out. It's like, fucking A. My first tweet to ever get mass hate. I'm so proud. Anyways, as much as my ego really likes seeing all these notices, I have to mute this sadly. Regardless about how you feel about what I said, have a great day. Shut the fuck up. Is this bait for reaction farming for Twitter bucks? I'm chill if it is. Get that bag and all that. And it's pretty effective too. I just need to know from your own mental well-being because the idea of someone genuinely believes this is giving me a conniption. Yep. I mean, that's the thing too, chat. It can literally go either way. He could be a retard who genuinely believes in the nonsense that he espouses, or he could just be, a subversive grifter who's quite literally just putting this out there just to, have an engagement farm. Because like I said, he made a angry as fuck stupid post on a site filled with angry as fuck stupid people. And him pretending, oh, I'm not gonna get, all this engagement, it's just like, I don't know about that, but then again, there are a lot of angry as fuck stupid people who would just generally just get that engagement naturally because, well, it's Twitter. People like finding things to be angry about. Hell, that's technically what I'm doing now. That's technically what I'm doing now. I found something to get angry about and now I'm talking about it. I've been infected, chat. My mind is now... My mind is now part of the hive mind. I am now one with Twitter. I need to die. I need to die. Kill me now. I'm kidding. But anyway, bro, this is your people. I think I've seen this clip already. Let's actually listen to it real quick, and hopefully it's loud enough. Let me mute the music real quick. Oh, hold on. Hold on.
I know you were talking about the character from a bygone era. I do think the character model was actually very distracting in not a good way because with the camera angles chosen, it just felt like this game seems like a game that came out in 2002 in terms of its character design. It's a bit old and not flattering, I don't think, for a modern audience. I know you were talking.
We need to return to 002, chat. That's all I heard. We need to return to OO Hoot. We need to return to 002, 2002, where ladies look like ladies, chat. That's what we want. That is what we want. That is what we want, damn it. I want my female characters to look at females again, chat. Oh my god. Imagine seeing beautiful characters and being like, oh, no, this is bad. Oh no. This is outdated. This is not for the modern audience. We're past this. Oh, boo-hoo. Shut the fuck up, you fucking cigarette. My goodness. It's okay to like attractive women. And we should go back to that type of design for women. Because the way how we design women now in like AAA media or even just like mainstream media in general is fucking appalling. I already I already bitched about, you know, how we design female characters in my uglification of female character stream. But my guy, it bears repeating. I'm sick of seeing uggos, chat. I am sick of seeing uggos. Now, this person here, Gene Oakley, gives a more accurate description of like what would happen if Samus were made today. If Samus were designed today, she would have a masculine face and figure, an obnoxious personality, and be put in a game where the playable area is less than 1/3 of the original. Because the devs would be creating her for today are woke hypocrites who can't stand doing overtime, even for an hour a day, because that would be crunch culture. Yep. That's the actual more like that. This tweet's more accurate to reality, chat. Samus today, if Samus were made today, she would not be the Samus that was made in the 80s. It would be a completely different character. A completely different character. Hello there, Shma. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm bitching about the stupid post claiming that if Samus were made today, she would be considered woke, and this person is a dumbass, and everyone in the fucking thread is essentially, you know, fucking yelling him saying, hey, this is not what woke means! You idiot! That's essentially to catch you up to speed. Because I'm about to actually go into what woke actually means. As a matter of fact, I'll do that right now. Let me go back to here real quick. Okay, chat. Let's get to the real discussion. Oh yeah, they ruin the meanings of so many words. Yep, they always do, Shma. And honestly, chat, if you saw my one tweet or post on Minds and Twitter, then I actually posted a really good TLDR of what woke means. Obviously, it's only as good as if you know what the two words mean. But I think most people do know what these two things are. This image right here. Hold on, let me make it bigger. This image right here. This is honestly the greatest TLDR of what wokeness is. It's postmodernism and Marxism together. Or, I mean, it's essentially, you know, communists using their tool postmodernism to essentially push really bad ideas onto people, subvert, you know, Enlightenment and modernist ideas to make us believe that, you know, nothing matters and that we can essentially just make up whatever the fuck we want for ourselves. And it's quote-unquote valid, and then anyone who's against it is a bigot and blah blah blah. Now obviously that's a quick TLDR of it, and I'm definitely gonna go way more I'm gonna go way more into this in a bit, but that's essentially the TLDR. It's communistic subversion with utilizing the idea that nothing really matters. Or to be more precise, you can't really know anything. Essentially, you can't trust your observation. You can't trust your rational mind to say that you know that what things are, or to know if things are what they really are. Essentially, like you can't know if you see a human being and you see masculine traits, you can't know that's a man. Or if you see a woman or a human being with feminine traits, you know, with, you know, an hourglass body type, you can't say that's a woman. No, you can't use your eyes to observe objective reality because you can't ever really know anything. It's absurd. It's absurd for you to say that you can know things. You made it up. You're clearly pushing an ideology. You're clearly in a power game, and you're trying to force people to adhere to how you perceive reality so you can control them. That's why you say that there's men and women. That's why you say that, oh, we should follow these traditions. That's essentially the postmodernist argument, chat. But that's just me rambling. How about we actually get something better to really show what, you know, what wokeness actually is. Let me show you another image. I'm gonna show you this other image that also pretty much gives you a good idea as to what wokeness is. Okay. This thing. Woke equals having critical consciousness. And what is critical consciousness? The cult belief that everything in society is designed to oppress you, and the only way to see the truth is to become a Marxist using critical theory. Simple as that. PSA, anyone who tells you that it isn't a correct definition of woke does not want to look up the definition of critical consciousness or in critical theory online. I mean, this is also a pretty solid definition right here. Because, you know, if you ever hear these retards talk, these woke-tards, right? They will always berate you for quote-unquote not educating yourself and not knowing their stupid critical race theory bullshit. Where they say that everything is connected and everything is made to oppress you. Everything is bourgeois. Everything is fucking a purposely made system with the purpose of controlling the populace. And that the only way we can free ourselves from this quote-unquote evil system is that we recognize it and we try and dismantle it. Why should we dismantle it? Well, it's oppressing you. You can't be a woman and... Listen, women have all these hopes and dreams and ambitions of becoming CEO boss babes. You know, every woman wants that. Everyone wants that. You know, the woman, they want to be, you know, badass boss babes and shit, and they want to just, you know, slave away at corporations, making money, and that's all they ever want. They don't want to have children. Why would women ever want to have children? Why would women ever want to have children? Why would women ever want a man who she genuinely loves? Clearly, men are always oppressing her day to day. She needs to break free of the men of her life and be her true self, or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I'm also kind of I'm not too tired, because I did stay up a little too late last night. So that's why my brain is also not functioning 100%, but I am a little bit focused. And Shma says, you know, I ran into a kid on Rumble who did agree to what I say, who did this. Agree to what I say, or I'll put you on a list and tell everyone you're the bad guy because you didn't say exactly what I wanted to hear. I have zero idea how anyone takes pussies like that seriously, and it's beyond me. Ah, the poo brain happens to me too. Yeah, the poo brain is dangerous. And also, you're correct, Shma. This is... You raise a good point, Shma. This is like... Wokeism is not about... It's not about freeing people. It's about controlling people. Wokeism is probably... projection? It's projection as an ideology. Where they're projecting their desire to essentially control people. And so what they do is they cope and say, well, no, we actually live in a society that's controlling people, and we need to dismantle it so we can free people. And what the fuck is oppressive about society? Oh, we had gender roles, which were, you know, things about men and women that we kind of had discovered over time by just observing ourselves. And oh, because there's some people who don't fit that mold, therefore it's oppressive. It's like that. It doesn't work that way. I know, like obviously as individuals we're all different, and sometimes not everyone's like 100% masculine or 100% feminine, and you might have some traits of the opposite, but you know, you're typically still mostly masculine or mostly feminine. You know, it's kind of like tomboys, right? Like, there are some girls, you know, who are just kind of tomboyish by nature. You know, they have some masculine interests, but that doesn't make them boys. They're still very much, you know, females. They're still very much feminine. They just have some masculine interests, and that's fine. Same with men. There are some boys who are, you know, softer than other men. But they're still men by the end of the day, you know? Anyway, chat. I'm gonna go back to the browser screen, because before we can go like super deep into what postmodernism is, I think I should explain what enlightenment is, as well as modernism, and also go into what postmodernism actually is, or postmodernism go into what postmodernism is and why postmodernism opposes both. But they are now. Time for the doctor to cut off tits. Exactly. That's insane. Like that, like Tyrion Dust. That's an insane thing that happens unironically nowadays. It's like, oh, she displayed masculine traits. She must be a boy. Cut off her tits. It's like, bro, what the fuck? She just had a rebellious phase when she was younger. Didn't want to play with dolls and wanted to play with the boys. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. She's not a boy, damn it. For fuck's sake. Also, hold on. Let me get rid of that. There we go. And what's really bad about that, Tyrion Dusk, is that that's quite literally not letting the young girl, like the young tomboy girl, just be herself. Like, they're trying to change her into something that she's not, instead of just letting her actually be. Which is funny, because they're the ones who usually argue, oh no, the fucking right-wing, like, religious types are always not letting, you know, kids truly express themselves and shit. And look what now look what they're doing to the kids themselves. They're not letting the tomboy girl express herself and just be herself. They're saying, oh, well, you're actually a boy, and we're gonna help you be that boy that you're supposed to be, and fucking inject hormone shit into you and fuck up your fucking physiology. It's like, what the fuck? Oh shit, Sledge, I said I wasn't gonna go super hard on this, but I'm going super hard right now because I'm getting mad. Fuck. It takes a person until they're like 23 to 25 to be a real adult and know who you're supposed to be for most people. After they get the party phase. Yeah, kind of, pretty much. It is around that age, like the mid-20s, where after you've experienced adult life for a couple of years after the age of 18, you do start to mature at that point. I think it's because they keep letting kids choose adult BS. Yeah, pretty much. But anyway, let me go to the entertainment scran, and let me go to here. And yeah, okay, so this should be okay here. Oh god, that's too small. Hold on. I know I'm on Wikipedia, but you know what? Wikipedia is good for just a quick TLDRs and shit. There we go. So let's have a quick lesson about Enlightenment era, chat. Let's have a quick lesson about Enlightenment era. Like the Enlightenment philosophical ideas of the Enlightenment era. The Age of Enlightenment, or the Enlightenment. It's not for political topics, yeah, I know. Also known as the Age of Reason, was an intellectual and philosophical movement that occurred in Europe, especially Western Europe, in the 17th and 18th centuries, with global influences and effects. The Enlightenment included a range of ideas centered on the value of human happiness, the pursuit of knowledge, obtained by means of reason and the evidence of the senses. An ideal such as natural law, liberty, progress, toleration, fraternity, constitutional government, and separation of church and state. So, chat, after reading that, this is essentially this is one of the things that postmodernism opposes. Postmodernism opposes essentially anything, or the idea that people can see things as, objective. Enlightenment was all about, using your God-given ability to reason and, identify the things that exist in the world. Using your senses and using your brain to process these senses. Understanding how human beings are. Understanding that liberty is important. And if we use this to our advantage, we can essentially progress to a higher state of society in which we can make, the lives of people better for everyone. The Age of Reason. Well, give a crazy man enough time to speak and he'll try to make his French ideals reasonable. Yeah, I mean, look, not everyone in the Age of Reason was reasonable, but it wasn't about, it wasn't about, oh, this is, Actually, hold on, was French evolution bullshit during the Age of Reason? Or was it after? I forget. I'm forgetting the timeline, chat. Did the French Revolution happen during the Age of Reason or after? I'm pretty sure it was after. But don't hold me to that. But anyway, where was I? Essentially the Enlightenment era was all about we have the ability to process reality, and if we can process reality correctly, we can essentially improve the lives of human beings. That's essentially a TLDR of it. Let's read a little bit more. The Enlightenment was preceded by the Scientific Revolution and the work of Francis Bacon and John Locke, and among others. Some date the beginning of the Enlightenment to the publication of René Descartes' Discourse on the Method in 1637, featuring his own dictum, Cogito ergo sum, I think, therefore I am. Others cite the publication of Isaac Newton's Principia Mathematica, 1687, as the culmination of the scientific revolution and beginning of the Enlightenment. European historians traditionally dated its beginning to the death of Louis XIV of France in 1715 and its end with the outbreak of the French Revolution in 1789. Oh shit, okay, never mind. Okay, so the French Revolution did occur during this time. Fuck. God damn it. Fuck, shit, what was his name? Oh, fuck, I forgot his name, hold on. The guy who is one of the big reasons why the French Revolution happened. Some people call him, like, the godfather of socialism or some shit. It's not Marx. Marx is Marxism, but this guy kinda sort of invented socialism. Oh, what the fuck was his name? Oh, what was his name? God damn it. I'm forgetting, I'm blanking on this philosopher's name, chat. Even though he speaks French, he's actually from Sweden. What the fuck was his name? Oh, all I know is that I think Ayn Rand said this guy was like no, not Engels. Engels was German, I'm pretty sure. Oh, what the fuck was this guy's name? Hold on, give me a second, chat. Hold on. Let me remind myself who this fucker was. I might find him just by looking up French Revolution. Sorry, chat. Hold on. My mind's doing the thing again, where now I'm obsessing over this bit of information, and I need to know so I don't stop my flow of talking. I will find this fucker. What is your name? His name was like... I'm getting mad. What was his name? Because at some point in the far future, I want to talk about this asshole. I need to know, like, right now. Because he's honestly probably, one of the reasons why a lot of this shit is happening. Beyond Marx. Hold on, chat. I'm about to... I know I have some books of his... saved on my Amazon. I'm looking at my Amazon right now, and I'm going to see what the hell his name was. Then I'm gonna feel like an idiot for not remembering his name. His name was... Jean-Jacques Rousseau! That was it! Jean-Jacques Rousseau! There we go. Jean-Jacques Rousseau. That's what that fucker's name. Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Okay, I'm good, chat. I'm good. Jean-Jacques Rousseau. I know he had a heavy hand in, essentially introducing a type of philosophy that definitely heavily influenced the French Revolution. That fucker. In the far future, where I start going deeper into, like, specific, philosophies, I will talk about that asshole at some point. You know, I'm gonna tear him a new one. But first, I gotta read his books. I gotta read his books and understand, you know, from his mouth, what the fuck he actually means about, you know, things being, like, certain things such as property being bad. Which I did read in a Cliff Notes version that he did think that owning property did cause issues. So, he's definitely a socialist type of philosopher. But anyway, going back to my reading. Many historians now date the end of the Enlightenment as the start of the 19th century, with the latest proposed year being the death of Immanuel Kant in 1804. Philosophers and scientists of the period widely circulated their ideas through meetings at scientific academies, Masonic lodges, literary salons, goddammit, coffee houses, and in printed books, journals, and pamphlets. The ideas of the Enlightenment undermined the authority of the monarchy and religious officials and paved the way for the political revolutions of the 18th and 19th centuries. A variety of 19th century movements, including liberalism, socialism, and neoclassicism, traced their intellectual heritage to the Enlightenment. The central doctrines of the Enlightenment were individual liberty and religious tolerance, in opposition to an absolute monarchy, and the power of religious authorities. The Enlightenment was marked by an increasing awareness of the relationship between the mind and the everyday media of the world, and by an emphasis on the scientific method and reductionism, along with increased questioning of religious orthodoxy, an attitude captured by Kant's essay answering the question, what is enlightenment? Where the phrase, sapere aude, dare to know, can be found. I think I said that word wrong, but it's whatever. But essentially, chat, this is essentially what, you know, enlightenment is. Like I said already, you can know things. You, a human being, were gifted with with an ability from God to be able to recognize the world around you. And you should trust your senses. You should trust your senses. You should do things scientifically. Observe and measure the world around you so you can conquer things and not be scared of the world and have things with clarity. That's essentially what enlightenment is. And this is something that postmodernism opposes, as we'll see soon. Hold on, let's see here. Let's be honest, socialism is a super term communists claim to support in an attempt to disassociate from all the deaths. Yep. If Ayn Rand is calling out that guy, then I agree he's an absolute scum. Ayn Rand's reputation is a product of gaslighting, I tell ya, yep. Those deaths were caused by communism. I'm not a communist, I'm a socialist. Exactly. Fuck those people. Reminder that the people who started the idea of minors and animals giving consent were French Enlightenment philosophers. Ooh, yeah, ooh. Those same people wanted you to abandon God and we let it happen. Fuck. Yep. 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 We should have stopped those assholes from the get-go. And now look what's happening hundreds of years later. Now we're paying the price for it. We're paying the price for it, chat. We're paying the price for it. Okay. I'm gonna talk about modernism next, chat. I'm gonna talk about modernism next, but I do have to hit the restroom real quick. So let me just put up a thing real quick. I should be back soon. Hold on, let me just put this here. Wait, where is it? Where the fuck? Where the fuck are you? Where the fuck are you? Motherfucker. There you are. There you are. There you are. This is what I wanted. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna BRB, chat. I gotta use it. I gotta use it. Excuse me. We'll be talking about modernism when I get back. So stay tuned. I should be gone for like 5 minutes. If that. I have returned. I have returned. Dingus ought to pour out the lemonade elixir. Yeah, it was totally lemonade. Yeah. Anyway, I'm back, chat. I'm back. Told you to be not even like 5 minutes. But like, okay, so what was I about to do? Oh yeah, I was about to talk about modernism next. Now, modernism, chat, is a little bit hard for me to describe personally, if only for the fact that I haven't truly studied modernism on my own time yet. Like, I studied Enlightenment era stuff, but I have not studied modernism in particular, so bear with me as I am not too knowledgeable about what modernism in itself is. But I do think that Wikipedia could probably provide us a good synopsis of what it is generally speaking, hence why I'm about to read it in a second. Let's see here. Oh, quote, Eric Andre, what's going on with you? What do you talk about? You sound insane. Yep. Or actually, those are old comments. Shit, I'm sorry, Sledge. Anyway, let's see here. There we go. Modernism. Let's learn about modernism, chat. Modernism is a philosophical, religious, and art movement that arose from broad transformations in Western society during the 19th and early 20th centuries. The movement reflected a desire for the creation of new forms of art, philosophy, and social organization, which reflected the newly emerging industrial world, including features such as urbanization, architecture, new technologies, and war. Artists attempted to depart from traditional forms of art, which they considered outdated or obsolete. The poet Ezra Pound's 1934 injunction to make it new was a touchstone of the movement's approach. Ew, Picasso! Yeah, that's modernist art right there. Picasso, you know. He's a well-known modernist artist. And as you can see, the way how he drew art was a little bit more abstract in nature, which abstraction was definitely something the modernists were absolutely obsessed with. I guess one of the ways we can kind of TLDR modernism, chat, is that modernism is, we want to make things new. We must move away from tradition and embrace a new era. Embrace this new era of the industrial world. We must make our art different from the old. We must be different. We must be new. Modernist innovations included abstract art, the stream of consciousness novel, montage cinema, atonal and 12-tone music, divisionist painting, and modern architecture. Modernism explicitly rejected the ideology of realism and made use of the works of the past by employment of reprise, incorporation, rewriting, recapitulation, revision, and parody. Modernism also rejected the certainty of Enlightenment thinking, and many modernists also rejected religious belief. A notable characteristic of modernism is self-consciousness concerning artistic and social traditions, which often led to the experimentation with form, along with the use of techniques that drew attention to the processes and materials used in creating works of art. While some scholars see modernism continue to the 21st century, others see it as evolving into late modernism or high modernism. Postmodernism is the departure from modernism, as it rejects its basic assumptions. So, as we can see here, chat, from this simple synopsis, well, modernism was probably the first, or rather, let me phrase this. Before postmodernism did it, modernism also kind of rejected, you know, like the idea that we could truly objectively know about the universe. But you know, they didn't fully deny it. They didn't fully deny it. Like they at least had the basic assumptions that, you know, things were real. But, you know, or rather, how do I phrase this? While they believe in observable reality, they denied that we could objectively know truly what that reality is. Hence their obsession with the abstract in their art. And this was during a period where we became more industrialized as a civilization, you know, in the Western world. And we got art pieces like this! Oh my god, what is that? What was Picasso cooking, chat? What is Picasso cooking? This proto-cubist work. Proto-cubist. What the fuck is a cubist? Still more talented than Jackson Pollock. Yep. But yeah. Cooking heroin, yep. He was on some good shit, chat. He was on some good shit. But yeah, essentially, the modernist era was more honestly, I would say it's more of an art movement than it was a philosophical or religious movement, my personal opinion, because when I tried looking up modernism, I kept finding articles mostly relating to the art and not really so much the ideas behind the art. But like I said, the general idea is about the streams of consciousness, the things that we have constantly in our head that may or may not even make sense, and we just kind of put that to paper, and this is the result that we get. So I guess, you know, Picasso, like right here in this image, was obviously drawing women, but very abstract forms of women, where it's like you could see like the general body type of women, but a lot of the details are missing, you know? A lot of the intricate details of what's on a human being's body are gone. This is, you know, this work of art here pales in comparison to, like, you know, arts of like sculptures of old from like ancient Greece, or even some early 17th century and 18th century paintings. But it isn't meant to represent realism, it's meant to be more abstract, you know? It will be a little bit more weird, be different. Things are not as concrete as they seem, essentially, is the idea of modernism. Let's go to a little bit of definitions. We're not going to read the whole thing, but we will read this definition right here. Some commentators define modernism as a mode of thinking. One or more philosophically defined characteristics like self-consciousness or self-reference that run across all the novelties in arts and the disciplines. More common, especially in the West, are those who see it as a socially progressive trend of thought that affirms the power of human beings to create, improve, and reshape their environment with the aid of practical experimentation, scientific knowledge, or technology. From this perspective, modernism encouraged the re-examination of every aspect of existence, from commerce to philosophy, with the goal of finding that which was holding back progress and replacing it in the new days of reaching the same end. According to Peter Griffin, oh wait, that's Roger Griffin, my mistake. Yep. I mean, we don't really gotta read this. Actually, no, let's read it real quick. Let's read it real quick. I think it might be important. We won't go down here. According to Roger Griffin, modernism can be defined as a broad cultural, social, and political initiative, sustained by the ethos of the temporality of the new. Modernism sought to restore, Griffin writes, a sense of sublime order and purpose to the contemporary world, thereby counteracting the perceived erosion of an overarching nomos, or sacred canopy, under the fragmenting and secularizing impact of modernity. Therefore, phenomena apparently unrelated to each other, such as expressionism, futurism, vitalism, theosophy, and psychoanalysis, nudism, eugenics, utopian town planning and architecture, modern dance, Bolshevism, organic nationalism, and even the cult of self-sacrifice that sustained the hecatomb of the First World War disclose a common cause and psychological matrix in the fight against perceived decadence. All of them embody bids to access a supra-personal experience of reality, in which individuals believe that they could transcend their own mortality, and eventually they had ceased to be victims of history to become instead its creators. In other words, modernism, in this terms of philosophical thought, is all about we can shape the world however we please. We don't need to accept the world as it is made by God. We are gods! I mean, that's a crazy way to interpret it, in my opinion. I'm kind of just, I might be over-exaggerating it a little bit, but that is kind of what modernism is about. It's about we can achieve true progress. We can keep advancing as a species by utilizing our consciousness to affect the reality around us. We have power over this world of ours, and we can utilize what we've learned from the past to achieve this, essentially. Contrast with Enlightenment era, which is there are things about the world that you just simply can't change just because, well, these are things that are external, and we can learn about them and understand them and, advance as a species from that. Modernism is like, okay, well, we can apply this knowledge and make the world as we see fit. We can change the world. Not just figuratively or metaphorically, but literally. Quite literally, we can change the world. We have the power to. For we are gods. I'm joking. I just want to say, we are gods, chat. I don't think the modernists are explicitly saying we are gods. But they do kinda go into that territory, don't they? The we are gods territory, sort of. Let's see here. I swear I heard a scientist say something about stepping on God's toes. Don't know if it was by a German doctor in the 40s or some atom bomb developer. Yep. But yeah, Chad, that's essentially what modernism is. It is we can use our powers as human beings to shape the world, and express ourselves. Not express ourselves to the world. We can shape the world to our liking due to how we want to express ourselves. I hope I'm wording that correctly. I'm not really the best with words, chat. I do need to get better at really explaining ideas that I have or how I interpret ideas. But you guys seem to like it anyway, so I'm glad you do, but I do think I need to improve on that. But yeah, that's modernism, and I just explained Enlightenment. So let's get to the big boy here. Postmodernism. Now that we know what Enlightenment is, and we know what modernism is, what the fuck is postmodernism? Let's find out here. Ahem. Postmodernism is an intellectual stance or mode of discourse characterized by skepticism towards elements of the Enlightenment worldview. It questions the grand narratives of modernism, rejects the certainty of knowledge and stable meaning, and acknowledges the influence of ideology in maintaining political power. The idea of objective claims is dismissed as naive realism, emphasizing the conditional nature of knowledge. Postmodernism embraces self-referentiality, I always fuck up with this word. It's epistemology. Okay. Epistemological relativism, goddammit, moral relativism, pluralism, irony, irreverence, and eclecticism. It opposes the universal validity of binary oppositions, stable identity, hierarchy, and categorization. Oh boy, chat. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is some bullshit right here, chat. Oh my god. What? Woof. These are some bold-ass claims right here. Nothing matters. Morality is relative. Reality is what I make it to be. Now run around naked and come on everything. Postmodernism in a nutshell. Essentially, Sledge. That is essentially postmodernism in a nutshell. Nothing matters. Like, here's the thing though, chat. Modernism, regular modernism, was already kind of reaching that territory. But the thing is, what separates modernism from postmodernism essentially was the modernists still recognized reality. Even though they thought that they could change it, they still recognized that objective things existed. They didn't deny objectivity completely. They just thought they had the power to change it. Versus the postmodernists who says that objectivity never existed in the first place. That's just some bullshit that we made up to control other people. Holy fuck. Emerging in the mid-20th century as a reaction against modernism, postmodernism has permeated various disciplines like you wouldn't believe, chat. Like you wouldn't believe, chat. Permeated. That's a word you can use. Sure, yeah. It permeated in various disciplines. Yeah. Permeated. Totally wasn't just fucking ham-fisted in there. Or as we call it, the hentai protagonist pocket watch. Yep. Emerging in the mid-20th century as a reaction against modernism, postmodernism has permeated various disciplines and is linked to critical theory, deconstruction, and post-structuralism. Critics argue that postmodernism promotes obscurantism. Oh, God, I said that word wrong. It's obscurity. Obscurantism. Abandons Enlightenment rationalism and scientific rigor and contributes little to analytical or empirical knowledge. Yep. Fuck your senses. Your senses will lie to you, chat. The senses are a lie. They're a false god. Just believe in your emotions. Or just make it the fuck up. Make it the fuck up and you're also correct, according to the postmodernist. Holy fuck. Why don't you back it up with a source? The source is I made it the fuck up. Unironically, that's the ideology. The source is that I made it the fuck up. I made it the fuck up, and me making it the fuck up is valid. Because we can never know our reality. Logic and reason. The death rattle of skeptics and our modern world, yep. Holy fuck. Let's read a little bit more. Actually, how long? Okay, we'll read all of this and then we'll stop. Postmodernism is an intellectual my ass. It's an intellectual stance or mode of discourse, which challenges worldviews associated with Enlightenment rationality dating back to the 17th century. Postmodernism is associated with relativism and a focus on the role of ideology in the maintenance of economic and political power. Postmodernists are skeptical of explanations which claim to be valid for all groups, cultures, traditions, or races, and instead focuses on relative truths of each person. It considers reality to be a mental construct. Postmodernism rejects the possibility of unmediated reality or objectively rational knowledge, asserting that all interpretations are cognizant on the perspective from which they are made. Claims to objective fact are dismissed as naive realism. Holy fuck, chat. Holy fucking shit, chat. Korean sister, so your shit says what? Like, chat. This postmodernism is the reason why fucking communist cigarettes are constantly saying that art is all political. Because to them, they believe that everything we do is ideologically driven. Because they're ideologically driven. They think everyone has their own ideology that they want to push onto others. And that's why you can never escape ideology or politics, because you want your worldview enforced on everyone else, essentially, is their claim. That's insanity. And what's also insanity is that there are no universal truths, essentially. They're literally claiming that there's nothing that is constantly true. That two people can look at something that's clearly there in reality and say that they can't agree on what it is. Which, technically, while that can't happen, two people can disagree on what something is. That doesn't mean that one is right, or it doesn't mean that they're both right. You know, one of them can be wrong. Both can be wrong. But there is a truth as to what the thing they're looking at is. You know? Like, there are things outside of our perspective or usually daily lives that exist. Like, it's called object permanence. Like, there are things going on in the world that I understand that there are things going on in our world without me visually seeing it. Not everything needs to evolve around me or you, you know? There are things outside of ourselves that are universally true all the time, that are always happening. I jest, but seriously though, it's like these guys are either driven by A, communist power, or B, hedonistic sex drives, and only barely see stealing money. Or all the above. Like what Tyrion Dust just said, all of the above. It's all of the above, Sledge. It's usually not one or the other. It's usually all of those things. Holy fuck! Anyway, let's continue reading. Because it's 7 o'clock and we have 30 minutes left, so let's finish up the reading. There is one more thing I would want to show. It's not Wikipedia, but I think like I do want to highlight like the differences between Enlightenment, modernism, and postmodernism with this next tab. But let's finish reading this first. Postmodern thinkers frequently describe knowledge claims and value systems as contingent or socially conditioned, describing them as products of political, historical, or cultural discourses and hierarchies. Accordingly, postmodern thought is broadly categorized by tendencies to self-referentiality, epistemological and moral relativism, pluralism, and irreverence. Postmodernism is often associated with schools of thought, such as deconstruction and post-structuralism. Postmodernism relies on critical theory, which considers the effects of ideology, society, and history on culture. Postmodernism and critical theory commonly criticize universalist ideas of objective reality, morality, truth, human nature, reason, language, and social progress. Initially, postmodernism was a mode of discourse on literature and literary criticism, commenting on the nature of literary text, meaning author and reader, writing and reading. Postmodernism developed in the mid to late 20th century across many scholarly disciplines as a departure of rejection of modernism. As a critical practice, postmodernism employs concepts such as hyperreality, simulacrum, trace, and difference, and rejects abstract principles in favor of direct experience. Anyway, nothing is true that exists, chat. Simulacrum. Okay, so I was right the first time, simulacrum. It's a weird word to read together because I'm like simulation, but the crumb throws me off. But anyway, essentially, chat, there's nothing objectively true about human beings. Essentially, what the postmodernists are claiming is that our whole being as human beings is constructed by people's ideas in their heads. Nothing about our nature. There is no inherent nature. Simulacrum. Isn't that what I said? Simulacrum? What did I say? It doesn't matter. Anyways, fuck, what was I saying? God damn it, Dusk. God damn it, I'm distracted now. Chat, stop distracting me. I'm going to town on this topic. Don't distract me. God damn it. What was I saying? Fuck. Shit. God damn it. My brain. How could you do this to me while I have poo brain? Also, hello there, Hero. How are you doing today? Oh, okay. Now I remember. Essentially, postmodernists are claiming that there's no inherent human nature. Inherent human nature doesn't exist. Everything humans have done throughout history have just been ideas that they played with, and we pushed those ideas onto others, and we make those ideas reality for civilization, or what have you. I think I phrased that weird, but you get what I'm saying. There's no nature. We make shit the fuck up, and to be in power of other people, you push your ideas onto others so they can cow down to your personal worldview. That's what the postmodernists believe, essentially. Everything is a power game to them. Everything is a power struggle. Everything is politics to the postmodernist. Because everyone wants their way of thinking to be the common way of thinking, essentially. That is the postmodernist assertion. Okay. Politics of breakfast, exactly. Well, Pizza Parker, what they would say is the politics of breakfast is that your favorite breakfast should be the favorite breakfast of everyone. And that everyone strives to obtain political power so they can enforce their favorite breakfast onto other people. Because there is no, inherent thing such as, personal tastes. It's actually, you just say that this type of breakfast is the best, and then everyone should adhere to your worldview of what the perfect breakfast is. It's all power games to them, chat. It's all politics. Woke to me is an ideological purge. The details of the cult are variable, but the constant is the practice of loyalty tests, which are tools of ideological purges. You can put in a lot of extra BS. Yep. The politics of the tip of my penis. Some perverted Frenchman's college textbook. Imagine telling me to have cereal because it's the best when I clearly want French toast. Exactly. Everything, including Marxism and postmodernism, are just tools of the purge. I mean, essentially, that's essentially the TLDR of this whole stream, Hero. Because I know you just got here, but essentially we went over what enlightenment is, and we also went over what modernism is, and then we finally got to postmodernism. And now I'm about to show you a graph that essentially highlights the differences between modernism and enlightenment even more. So let's look at that real quick. Just in case if you weren't following along, or if you just got here and you want a quick TLDR. So we'll call the modernist side and the enlightenment side rational side, and we'll call postmodernism the commie side. So rational side says reason and science provide accurate and objective, reliable foundation of knowledge. Commie side says reason and science are ideologies in a Nietzschean or Marxist sense, simply myths created by man. The rational side says reason transcends and exists independently of our existential, historical, cultural context, is universal and true. Human and inhuman. That also works, Hero. That also works. I actually like that better. There is no universal objective means of judging any given concept as true. All judgments of truth exist within cultural context, cultural relativism. That's what the inhuman side says. Now the human side says reason, human independence / freedom are inherently linked. Just laws conform to dictates of reason. Just laws conform to the dictates of reason. We hold these truths to be self-evident. The inhuman side says the application of pure reason predicted Cartesian radical skepticism disproves the universal nature of a priori human freedom. Independence/freedom are Western ideologies just like reason and science, used to colonize foreign cultures, the Belgian Congo, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan, or subjugate women. The human side says, because it is universal, reason can help us overcome all conflicts. The inhuman side says, nope, science is no more universal than it is any other culture's definition of truth. Human side says, science is the paradigm of all true knowledge. And the inhuman side disagrees with that. The human side says, language is transparent, a one-to-one relationship between signifier, word, and signified, thing or concept. The inhuman side says language is fluid and arbitrary and or rooted in power/knowledge relations. Meaning is fluid and arbitrary. Meaning is messy. The human side says reason will lead to universal truths all cultures will embrace. And the inhuman side says no eternal truths, no universal human experience, no universal human rights, overriding narrative of human progress. My goodness. Okay, let me read what you're saying, chat, real quick. Chat is saying, Nietzsche warned you people of rejecting God. Don't call him an ideologue, you wall-facing sheep. Yep. My pronouns are Rafal and Gagan. I can't read that. I can't read that with the poo brain. Ganganowicz. I'm done. When this Polish man was asked, what is it like killing a human? He responded, I don't know. I've only killed communists. Yep. Science is the paradigm of all true knowledge. Nope. I agree with the latter, but not for the same reasons they think. Yeah. Same, Sledge, same. The last one is dark as hell, literally. Yep. Anyway, let me finish reading this. We're almost done. The human side says, in sum, truth exists independent of human consciousness and can be known through the application of reason. All Enlightenment conclusions lead from this inception. The inhuman side says, in sum, truth may exist independent of human consciousness, but there is no objective means of nailing it down. All postmodern conclusions lead from this assumption. The human side says, connotations. The application of reason leads to a progressive movement towards civilization, democracy, freedom, scientific advancement. The Enlightenment is a prescriptive, a means of building a better society. The inhuman side says connotations. There is no objective means upon which to predicate morality and right, just governance, or slash just governance. Postmodernist theory is descriptive of human condition. It describes an impasse in philosophy and social relations. And of course, we gotta tackle shitty, gay as hell feminism. Modernist feminist. Women are oppressed by patriarchy and can use reason to achieve both independence and regain their authentic selves. Postmodern feminism. The categories male/female, masculine/feminine are themselves culturally constructed and or ideological, or ideology. Gender roles are culturally relative in all cultures and contexts. Existence of stable, coherent self, independent of culture and society. And then finally, the self is a myth, and largely a composite of one's social experiences and cultural contexts. The self is an ideology. And there you have it, chat. The differences between Enlightenment/modernism against postmodernism. Wow, that feminism category is amazing for how both sides are wrong, yep. It reminds me how the false dichotomy of Captain Kirk's emotion and Spock's logic. A lack of emotion is illogical, and a lack of logic is heartlessness. Essentially, yeah, pretty much, Hero. Human beings are composed of both logic and emotions. And you can't be one without the other. You need both. And just to go into a minor rant, I'll keep this slow. I'll keep this to a minimum. But I really do hate how people misrepresent stoicism in that regard. Because a lot of idiots who may not understand stoicism, they keep thinking that stoicism is about rejecting your emotions, which is not true. Stoicism is about letting your emotions pass and then using your reason to essentially calculate and understand why you had the emotions in the first place, so you can then make a better decision going forward instead of being impulsive. I mean, that's one of the things about one of the aspects of stoicism, but I digress. Stoicism is not about rejecting your emotions. It's about not letting your emotions have complete control and valuing your rational side. But anyway, going back to the main topic at hand, that's essentially what postmodernism is, chat. As for what Marxism is, chat, I don't think I really need to go too deep into what Marxism is. Essentially, considering you guys in the chat, you guys pretty much know what Marxism is and what communism is, essentially. And also, I mentioned this on stream before, but when I eventually get around to making communism like the primary topic, that's 100% gonna be an alt-tech stream, and I'm bringing the boys onto the stream. Morphbox, Peter Claymore, Jinfinitus, and Daimao. We're all gonna be in the chat, and we're all gonna just fucking go to town on communism, Karl Marx, and all his bullshit. So yeah, I'm gonna be saving that. So I guess in a way, you can essentially say this stream was more about me explaining what the fuck postmodernism is. And how that essentially leads into wokeness. Which, just in case if you need a reminder from the images I had, let me remind you. This thing right here, let me move that to like here-ish. I'll put that here temporarily, hold on. And this thing. These are good like TLDRs of like what woke is, what wokeism is. The best TLDR, just brevity of it, is just what is wokeness, Marxism, and postmodernism. That's essentially what it is. And of course, what is woke? Having a critical conscious. And what is having a critical consciousness? The cult belief that everything is in society is designed to oppress you, and the only way to see the truth is to become a Marxist using critical theory. Because as we learned from reading about postmodernism, the postmodernist thinks that everyone has their own ideology, and that everyone seeks to essentially assert that ideology onto everyone around them, essentially. You must believe what they believe, essentially. Everything is a power struggle to the postmodernist. Everything is a power struggle. There is no one person in this world who is trying to there is no person in this world who isn't trying to gain power in some type of capacity. Essentially what the postmodernist is suggesting. And essentially Marxism/communism as well are also saying you're also after power, and we need to quote unquote stop that by having everyone have a piece of the government pie, so we can get rid of personal property and blah 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 blah, and commie bullshit, commie bullshit, commie bullshit. Huh. Anyway, let me read chat. You can essentially replace all of these postmodernist claims with insert nihilism here. Yeah, it's very nihilistic here. Very, very nihilistic. I don't know if you saw the meme, but I saw a good one and reposted it, where game devs make a badass stoic, and they end up being unintentionally autistic. Yep. Learning to drive doesn't mean you get rid of the car. The adoption of Marxism completely destroys the legitimacy of the concept of rejecting narratives through postmodernism. Postmodernism even negates itself through its own claims. Pretty much, Hero. It's like, well, you're pretty much acting out what you claim is bad and what everyone is doing. So why not do yourself a favor and destroy yourself and And yeah, do yourself and everyone else a favor and just destroy yourself, so we don't gotta deal with your ass. I wish the commies did that. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're very self-destructive and do and participate in self-destructive behaviors constantly, but they're still here. Unfortunately, we still gotta deal with them. So I do hope for a future where I hope for a future where communism is in the social consciousness the same as like Nazism, where it's just universally hated, and no one of rational mind ever gives it a chance. You know, like, you should read Mein Kampf. You should read the Communist Manifesto. Learn about these assholes, and then compare and contrast it with Enlightenment/modernist ideas, or even other philosophies that may, you know, have an issue with these two ideologies, you know? Essentially, chat, don't essentially fucking, for lack of better words, don't cuck yourself in only, believing in one type of thing, or at least experiencing one type of thing. Explore various different ideas and come to your own conclusion as to what seems the most rational to you. They're basically the same fucking thing. Yeah, I know, Dusk. I know. But that is an inconvenient narrative, so they reject it. Yep. Meowdy Hero, Meowdy Shma, yep. Anyway, chat, I'm actually surprised I got to say all I wanted to say this stream, because I did start rather late. I did start rather late, because I stayed up late last night. I stayed up way too late. Playing goddamn Power World, of all things. And, what else did I do? There's something else. Oh yeah, modernism, because like I said during the stream, I wasn't too familiar with what modernism was in of itself. I knew about Enlightenment shit. I wasn't too familiar with modernism, so I had to do a quick TLDR, like, research process on that before I could make it, before I could talk about it on stream. So I did stay up like an hour or two in like almost close to the afternoon, so I could get some slight knowledge on it, you know. And as you can see right now, my talking is getting worse and worse as I keep going, which means I should end the stream because I can't talk no more. Anywho, let me read the last things you're saying, chat. Exactly. I was once in an argument where I was like, once you start treating communism the same as you do Nazism, you have a leg to stand on when you tell people it's not a problem right now. The latest addiction, yep. Yeah, Power World is the latest addiction. And what was dumb about when I was playing Power World, chat, was all I did was breed daisies. That was all I did. I was just breeding daisies. I was just like, I need the perfect abilities for my Dazzy. And what was, you know why it took so long, chat? You know why it took so long? It took so long because somewhere down the line, I figured out that, oh shit, one of the Dazzies has the wrong abilities that I want, and these wrong abilities are being passed down to the child Dazzy. It's just like, god damn it! That's why things were taking so long! I had the wrong Dazzies in the breeding ranch! Fuck! And then I finally put the right ones in, and then I finally got the Dazzy I wanted. Do not the pals, Dingus. Don't tell me what to do, Dusk. Pocket Pair knew what they were doing when they designed a lot of these pals, chat. I mean, for fuck's sake, Lavander exists. Number 69 in the Paltech entry. Other pals weren't good enough. They had to go for humans next. That's literally canonical to the universe. Lavanders are fucking human beings. God damn. Oh man, cunning is a hell of a drug. Fear the cunning cloud. I was elected to breed, not to read. You need to breed. You're as bad as Sledge. God damn it. And before Power VR income. Oh god. Okay. We're ending the stream soon, but before I end the stream soon, I do gotta say, Hero, I do gotta say, Pocket Pair did say in a tweet once that they might add sex to the game. I don't know if they were talking about breeding or if they mean something else. All I know is that if they do quote-unquote add sex to the game, if you think people are bitching about Power World now, oh my god, pandemonium is gonna happen soon, chat. Oh hell will actually break loose if Pocket Pair fucking does that. I don't know if they will do that. I didn't see it on their roadmap, but there's gonna be a lot of bitching. A lot of bitching. Even more so than usual about Power World. But anyway, chat, it's time to end the stream. It's time to end the stream. It was a very tongue-in-cheek post too, wasn't it? It more than likely was, Hero. It more than likely was. But there are some people who do commit to the bit. Some people do commit to the bit, so they might actually commit to the bit and be like, look at the latest update, guys, you know? They are very cheeky. And also, hello there, Feared Goblin. Nice to see you here, even though we're about to end the stream soon. Holy shit. Anyway. That's the end of the stream, chat. Thank you all for showing up. This stream actually went better than I anticipated. While I do personally think I probably could have verbalized my ideas of what I've read much better, I think I overall did get the point across, and I hope you guys enjoyed this discussion. Because there are a lot of people, a lot of people who really don't understand why people are against wokeism. Hell, they don't even understand what wokeness is. And I'm honestly not even quite sure how we would even, you know, get the idea of what wokeness is or how to counter wokeness out there, because there are just some people who are just, for lack of better words, centrist cucks. And when I say centrist cucks, I mean people who think they're centrist, but in reality keep doing shit that honestly just aids the woketards, you know? Because, like, they'll be like, hey, you anti-woke people are just the same as the woketards. You're just trying to, you know, fucking, force your ideology onto people. And it's just like, no, you fucking idiot. No, we're trying to stop the... We're trying to stop this bullshit. No! Centrism doesn't exist. It's a nonsense position. The biggest loyalty test I saw was the COVID injection. Refusing to bend was how I countered wokeness. Yep. Yeah. It is unfortunate that some people are just, I don't know. Tyrion Short Fat Otaku says otherwise. The fat leaf bastard. Listen, Dev is... I do like Dev Sledge, but I do agree that that guy, he does borderline on socialist sometimes. Obviously, no, Dusk, I wouldn't say Dev is a commie. I would not say he's a commie. He's not subversive. He's not a subversive asshole. He's just a liberal who's an idiot who puts too much stock in the government. Yeah, I know you're exaggerating. I know. I'm just saying, like, I would not call Dev a commie. I think he just obsesses over the utilization of government too much, that it can borderline socialism, you know? Like, it's borderline. I don't think he'll ever you know, take that step and become a full socialist. I don't think he'll ever do that, because I think he does believe in, like, freedom and shit. But he does have some bad takes, I will say. Oh, useful idiot? Still bad. Now face them all, Dev. Yep. he's definitely in useful idiot category. Centrism is either 1, the literal center, retarded, or 2, I evaluate all positions and pick what I think is best. Literally, everyone thinks they pick the best positions, essentially. Though, I would kind of be fair, Dusk, and say that centrism is typically looking at usually an even number of ideologies and then saying that everyone has a valuable perspective, but I think we should be in the center where we're not an extreme on any of the, we're not going to the extreme of any of them, and we pick the best ideas of them. Centrism is sort of like a hodgepodge of all ideologies, and then trying to find like a middle ground between all of them, which in a lot of cases can be impossible. Because it's like, oh, one extreme is like no government. One extreme is all government. And the centrist might say, well, some government. Which is a position you can have, though I think that's retarded in of itself. Because, well, personally, I think that we should have as little government as possible. Obviously, I'm not a goddamn anarchist. But goddamn, the government absolutely needs Tard Wrangle. Like you wouldn't believe. Holy fuck. And also, hello there, Daimao. I didn't mean to not say hi to you. But hello there, Daimao. I can't think of any good Canadian content creators that make decent political arguments. What do you mean, Daimao? Schmaw's in the chat. I'm joking. Schmaw's not a political commentator. I'm joking. I'm just saying Schma is based. If Schma is still here. Schma, you are based and you are cool. So the Six Exenhammer position, Monarchist? Yes, I mean, I would mostly describe myself as a... If I had to throw out some terms, I would kind of describe myself as a constitutional libertarian. That's kind of what I would describe myself, a constitutional libertarian. I think the Constitution should be followed, and I also believe that the government should not have, you know, as much power as it has right now. It definitely needs to be minimized. Because I do think people have the capacity to govern themselves. That's one way I could phrase it. But anyway, we're not here to discuss my political positions. God damn it, we're ending the stream. Thank you all for showing up, and I hope to see you all tomorrow as I discuss... I don't fucking know. I don't know what I'm going to be discussing tomorrow, honestly. I could talk about the... I could talk about the Suicide Squad thing. Because that's making its rounds on Twitter. And, yeah, it's pretty bad. The Suicide Squad thing? Like the latest, like, game where you're killing the Justice League? Holy fuck. That shit is a dumpster fire. Holy fuck. That shit's bad. I could talk about that. If there's any other topic I might talk about... what else happened this week that I remember? I could have swore there was something else that I might want to talk about. I don't remember. I mean, I guess we'll talk about Suicide Squad tomorrow if I can't figure out what the hell the other things were. I have a messy bunch of bookmarks, chat. And while I do write down my ideas for Dingus Discussions, sometimes I change it up, and sometimes I get rid of some ideas. I'm like, you know what? No, I won't talk about that, or I might talk about this in an alt text stream instead, you know? Like the lolly thing. The lolly thing will absolutely be addressed in an alt text stream. Same with hating communism or really understanding what communism is and shit like that. Because there are just some topics where I can't hold back. And I need the alt text streams for that. Goblin is goblin. What that means, Goblin does not know. What is a goblin? What is a feared goblin? Is it a type of food? Is it a menace to society? Can it fly? Is it from the Enlightenment? Is it an enlightened being who, while he doesn't know what he knows that he does not know that he knows that he doesn't know? I don't know. I'm just saying stupid shit now, chat. I'm just saying shit at this point. And I said we're gonna end the stream like millions of times already. I am ending the stream, chat. I am ending the stream. It is time to go. There's some people on Twitch, so we're gonna raid somebody. And Rumble people, if Shma is streaming right now, you're going to Shma. Actually, is Shma streaming right now? I don't see that she's streaming. Actually, let me see. Shma, are you streaming right now? Are you streaming right now, Shma? Shma, the Rumham hatred. Are you streaming? Are you schmawing? Doesn't seem like she's schmawing. Thought she schmawed at this time. Yeah, I guess not. Yeah, it's fine. No, she streams in a few hours. Oh, okay. I could have swore she started streaming around this time, like around 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Then again, I'm usually never at the beginning of her streams. I'm usually like towards the middle. So I actually don't know when she usually starts. I don't know, but Goblin cooking some birds. Ah, cooking some birds. They better not be owls, Goblin. They better not be owls. They better not be owls. Owls are not for consuming. You know what? I think I'll throw you guys on Twitch at the Big Titty Cyber Demon. Let's go say hi to the Big Titty Cyber Demon on Twitch. She's a nice lass. With big titties and a nice ass. Okay, I'm gonna start the raido now. And hold on. And let me just put it here. Wait, fuck. I think her name is just this. Nothing else. There we go. And she's playing Toho Artificial Dream in Arcadia. Start the raido. There we go. Ayo, big titties, cyber demons, H-Doom. I mean, you can make the argument she might look like a demon in H-Doom. Which technically there is an H-Doom, though it's not called H-Doom. I forget what the actual H-Doom name is called. But there is essentially an H-Doom. But yeah. Thank you all for showing up, and I hope to see you tomorrow, as I more than likely will discuss Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad game. And this Friday, chat, no stream because my birthday, and I'll be taking a day off. But on Saturday, I'll be playing Power World on stream for one more time, and then the next week after, I'll be going to the RPG streams again. And that is all I gotta say. Toodle hoot, chat! Have yourselves a good one. Toodle hoot! As for you, the Rumble peeps, I don't know. I need to find more cool content creators on Rumble so I can send you guys to them. Because I mostly just watch Shma on Rumble, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there's other people I occasionally check out too, but I kind of want to send you to other VTubers, but there's not many VTubers on Rumble. We need more Rumblers, damn it. Yeah, sorry, on semi-lark and back and forth between rooms while I make food. Ha ha ha. That's fine, Shma. That's fine, Shma. You're cool, Shma. You're cool. That's why I said you're based and cool. And also, thank you for the happy birthday, hero, even though my birthday doesn't happen until Friday. We Are the Show is streaming. Yep. Anyway. Later, chat. Have yourselves a good one, too.